He is the self-made millionaire that's made it his mission to teach over 250,000 people the financial skills you should have learnt at school. Jamie McIntyre is taking your calls and sharing invaluable money skills, from internet businesses to property investments, share trading to empowering women and youth with market smarts. Take advantage of his worldwide experience and get your questions ready for Jamie McIntyre tonight on Your Money, Your Call on Australia's Business Channel.
On Australia's Business Channel. Welcome to Your Money, Your Call.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me for tonight's edition of Your Money, Your Call. I'm Nina May. Well, joining us for the first time this evening is Jamie McIntyre, who's the CEO and founder of 21st Century Education. Jamie is an entrepreneur, investor, author and self-made millionaire who's made it his mission to teach people financial skills that he believes should have been taught in school. Be interested to find out what they are.
Well, you've most probably seen a lot of this man on DVD already. Now is your chance to see him in person. So why don't I bring him up so he can share his wealth of knowledge and knowledge of wealth. Please put your hands together and give a very warm welcome to the stage for Mr. Jamie McIntyre.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning, everyone. Welcome along. As Megan said, my name's Jamie McIntyre, and I just want to sincerely, first of all, acknowledge and commend each and everyone for you being here today. I look back on my journey and realise that, taking the action to invest into one's financial education is what's really transformed my life. And can I just get a quick show of hands? Who's in the room here today that, first of all, I know there's a lot of members here. Who's a 21st Century member or spouse of a member? Yep, okay, welcome along. And those of you who are the guests that are here for the very first time, perhaps to learn about 21st Century, just a show of hands if you at least had a chance to maybe read my book or watch a DVD. Who's in that category? Okay, so most of you. And some of you have absolutely no idea who I am. That's okay. So first of all, welcome along today. Today, I only have 3 hours to share with you. And I have so much valuable information that I want to impart to each and every one of you. And I know in the room there's people at different levels of education as far as what we've taught you already. But I'm going to start with the basics. And to give you an idea what we're going to look at, first of all today we want to look at why in a rich country like Australia or New Zealand is there people that are not rich? Why are some people, most of the population in a rich country, somehow not ending up rich? And I looked at, that's what we look at today, because you understand why most people are not rich. And if that's a goal that you have, if you're not already wealthy and want to become wealthy, we can look at what do we need to do differently to achieve that outcome. Also, we're going to look at today is what is the mindset of a millionaire? In other words, if you look at the question, let me ask you this question. Who here believes that millionaires think differently to, say, someone that's on a pension? Who would agree with that? Most people, that's very obvious, Jamie, but what is that difference? So let's look at that difference today, because if we can identify that difference, then what we can do, each and every one of us has the opportunity to look at our own thinking, our own mindset around money, and say, do we have the mindset of a millionaire, or we actually have a mindset of someone that's destined for the pension? Does it make sense? Because there's a clear distinction. If we can understand that, it can make a very big difference. We also want to share with you today the 3 key areas of creating wealth. There's 3 key particular areas I know that I've used personally, many people have, and most investments are going to fit into these 3 key areas. So we're going to have a look at that. We're also going to look at a concept that when I first heard about it sounded too good to be true, but I'm glad I learned and mastered it, and that's the concept of learning how to make money while you sleep. Is there anyone here in the room today that has an interest in learning how to make money while you sleep? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Now let me challenge you on this. I can help teach you how to do that today, but what I require from you is it's best not to fall asleep while I'm teaching you how to make money while you sleep, okay? Otherwise, I can't guarantee it's going to work. We're also going to look at some strategies that I find the best way to motivate people is if you're able to see instant results. Is that true? Let me ask you this question. Who in the room here today is an impatient person? Who's impatient? Okay, like I certainly was, and obviously you want to speed up the process of getting where you're going to go. So we're going to look at also some strategies here. So we're not just talking about some wealth strategies that you take action now and hopefully in 15 years you'll be able to reap the benefits of it. Let's look at some strategies. Who here would like to be able to access strategies that in the next 30, 60, 90 days you can see serious amounts of cash in your bank account? Who would find that worthwhile? Okay, so let's have a look at that, and we'll look at some strategies such as renting shares, for instance. We're going to look at some strategies around what we call selling insurance. And Also, we're going to look at some real estate strategies as well, some longer term strategies as well. I'm a big advocate of using multiple strategies, not just one. Okay? And I'm not going to get into an argument today of sharing, which is best, shares, property. I don't really care. Does it make sense? I think they both have very good attributes, and let's look at how do we go about using those together. So also I'm going to do, going to share with, at the end of this session, I'm going to do a bonus session for our members and members and spouses as well. I'm going to obviously get you an update of what's happening in the current market. We had Black Friday just 2 days ago, and ironically, let me ask you this question. Who thinks there's a lot of fear and panic right now around the world, around the stock market and the economy in general, okay? All those, anyone else that doesn't sense that's probably been on drugs. Is that true? You only have to read the paper yesterday, doom and gloom, etc. And because I've been out of the market for a little while, and everyone's panicking, selling their shares, and guess when I went back into the market in a big way? Friday. Thursday and Friday. So why is everyone else panicking? The majority of investors or people out there panicking, yet sophisticated investors are like, we've been so excited. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like, bang, going into the market in a big way. So what gives other people a sense of certainty where others are in a sense of fear? Does it make sense? Am I on drugs and the rest of the world is not? Okay? Or is it that we have sophisticated investors, millionaires have a different psychology? Because you look at someone like Warren Buffett. Who's familiar with Warren Buffett? Okay, if you're not sure who he is, Warren Buffett is about the third richest man on the planet, a multi-billionaire, the most successful investor of our times in the history of the world. And ironically, same thing with him. He recently went back in the market in a big way. He invested over $6 billion in Goldman Sachs, for some of you to be familiar with. So why is it that sophisticated, educated people around money are not scared right now, but are looking for the wonderful opportunity that exists? Because I know I'm talking out there, a lot of people are like freaking out, understandably, but because they're not sure what's going on. But I want you to leave here today. You should leave here today not fearful about the market, not fearful about the economy. You should be excited and geared up and focused, dedicated, ready to take action to take advantage of perhaps, I believe what's happening right now is probably once in a lifetime opportunity. Some of you will never see a better opportunity to get rich than what exists right now. Does it make sense? Who could be excited by that if that was true for you? Because I'm going to teach you today not only how to eliminate the fear of being in the market, we're going to teach you, especially those members in a bonus session, how just doing what we've already been teaching you, nothing else, and a little twist, which I teach you on the home study anyhow, but I don't think some of you have been paying enough attention to it, but just a little twist of what you can do that you could have made, say, on 10,000 shares, $135,000 in the last week, doing nothing more than what you've been taught by being in the market. Who would like to make an extra $135,000, by the way? Okay, so I'm going to teach that to you in a bonus session when I finish this first session, and I'm going to give you an update for the members, etc., and go into what's happening in the market, and I'll open up for members then to answer a lot of your questions and things like that. How's that sound? Okay, so here's what I challenge you today. In the first 3 hours that I had to share with you, I want to challenge you, one, to keep an open mind.